There, now you can hear me. Hi everyone, I'm back after almost a 2 week hiatus. Um, yeah, hi. Good to see you all again. Um, I have recently gone back to work, which, all in all, is a good thing, for sure. Oh god, I suddenly remember where we were. Man, it was July 26th. Oish. Let's see, 18, 17, 17. Yeah, so before I jump right back into it, I'm just going to do a couple little house cleaning type announcement things. I am back to work part-time right now, so I'm working Monday through Friday mornings. And so my stream time has jumped back to the old 1 p.m. PST start time. And that will probably remain until my work can offer me full-time hours again. I don't know when that's going to be, how soon that could be, or how long from now it's going to be. But assuming eventually that they will give me full-time hours again, the streams will just push later into the day to accommodate my longer schedule. But for now, 1 p.m. PST, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. The other kind of small change is Sherlock Holmes used to be Sunday stream. It's now Wednesday stream. I was just started playing Titanfall 2 storyline on Mondays. That will stay the same. And Fridays will become the Telltale slot while we finish up the Telltale game. So I'll be resuming the Batman Telltale game that we had left off with a couple weeks ago on Friday. And welcome, Paper. Trying to be slightly inappropriate as usual, I see. And yeah, I guess that's pretty much all there is for the schedule-y stuff. I can't think of anything, and so far everything looks to be working, so let's jump back into this horrible situation where I had a dog bothering the shite out of me. Let me reconsult my handy-dandy little cheat guide here on my phone. I'm unashamedly using a walkthrough for this game because it's slightly older and hard as hell. Well, it's not. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of you out there that have played this one. Oh, this isn't hard at all. You're just an idiot. That's probably true. So, where are we? We're at the warehouse, I believe, in the yard where the dog kept finding me last time. Oh, that damn dog! I remember now. I remember the dog, that damnable dog. The cement plant. That's where we are, yes? Yes. Let's see. Okay. The dog is by the light and Marty is by the cloakroom. The dog will pass the light and head to the wagon before it goes back to his normal patrol. Marty will pass the cloakroom and head to the theater. Head to the wagon, Tong, and wait until the dog has passed and wait until both Marty and the dog are back on their patrol routes. Time is just right and you should be at the theater without the dog catching your scent. Use the theater key to go inside. Oh. Oh, paper. I'm not reading any of those out loud, just so you know, so... Arf, 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 arf. Can I go up here? Holmes. There's him. The dog's up there somewhere, I think. No paper.
What now? Who's there?
Oh, the dog saw me. Of course it did.
Stop where you are.
Stop where you are.
What now? Who's there?
Oh, why does he keep going way up there?
Stop where you...
Yes, yes. Stop where you are. Stop where... Paper, I'm not reading out loud your inappropriate text message, your messages in chat. I'm sorry. Most people wouldn't even let you say shit like that in their chat. I feel like I should be able to do something. Cap.
What now? Who's there?
I'm no fun and Twizzled reads those things. Well, then go to Twizzled's chat and have him read those things.
Stop where...
But I'm not reading out inappropriate shit in my stream. I'm sorry. Okay, I can't scroll is the other thing, and I feel like I should be able to. Maybe you're 4 hours ahead of him? Yeah, okay.
What now?
Oh! No, the dog sees me when I'm standing. Yes, I get it. The dog sees me, the dog sees me, the dog sees me. I seriously do not understand how I'm supposed to get past these two.
What now?
Ah!
Stop.
Yeah. I'm not upset with you, Paper, no. I'm just being honest with you. I'm not going to read out lewd stuff on the stream chat. I'm sorry. Doesn't mean I'm mad. It's just I'm not going to do it. Okay, no, the dog just heard me.
Stop where...
Yes. Son of a... Oh. Okay, that's your opinion, Paper. How do I get past this stupid dog? The dog goes off the screen at the top here. I feel like this isn't framed correctly or something.
What now? Who's there?
How? How? The dog's
Stop
supposed to
where
be
you
up
are.
there. I'm way down the other side of the... Ah. You know what? Screw it. Come on. Paper, you found a sea temple. I'm assuming you mean in Minecraft. That's cool.
What now?
Bark, bark, bark,
Stop.
bark. Stop. I found you. The dumb dog saw you through the hole in the wall. Go, you stupid character. No, don't go that way, you idiot. Why won't it... I really don't get this at all.
What now?
How?
Stop where...
How? How. Ooh, look at them emotes. Got some of them Al chest breach emotes going on there, paper. That's nice. You know what? Go back in the building.
Closed.
Closed. Okay, so we went outside. We started them on their patrol. I want to see if coming in and going back out resets the control. Control.
Now I shall travel
Patrol.
to the Fairfax Theatre, but I must take care that the guard does not see me.
That the guard does not see me. Yes, 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 I know. The load resets them. Of course it does. Okay, it says go to the wagon. This is the only wagon tongue I can see that I can get to without the... The dog always finds me. There.
What now?
Just... Why is escape not working? That works there, but doesn't work there. Okay. Holmes, just go. Just go. Just go. Just go. Just go.
What now? Who's there?
What now? Who's there? Oh. Those are some different emotes. I don't recognize those last three. Alright. Here? 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 He's stuck right there for some reason.
What now?
Oh,
Who's
you
there?
saw me, did you? You stupid mutt. I really don't want to have to look this up. But I think I might have to look this up. All right, I'm gonna look it up. I'm just gonna. Let's see. Let's see how someone else pulled this off. Okay. Let's see here. Sherlock Holmes. Secret. Secret of the Silver Earring. Warehouse. Patrol. There's a lot of playthroughs. Oh, here we go. Oh, okay. Let me turn that volume down. Alright, so okay, this is the initial getting past them. Yep, okay, there he's inside. Alright. Oh, back up. Alright, here's the part I want. So he goes out into the yard. Runs. And then runs down to there. It's kind of hard to see on mobile. Really? That works, huh? Made it look too easy. Alright. We shall see if what I just saw works. Alright, so. Went this way. Don't know why. And then went over here. Oh, I don't, you know, I don't care. Just go. Just get down here. Down here. Get down here.
What now?
No! We're supposed to round the corner, Holmes. I also feel like when I click, he doesn't always go exactly where I tell him to go. It's like he goes close to where I'm clicking, but he doesn't actually go to where I'm clicking. Because the person that did this, in the what I saw, got him to, like, stand really I'm just going to stand here a minute.
What now?
The hell?
Stop!
It's so dark. Now I'm waiting for the video to load. Here we go. How? Somehow they got him to hide behind the cart. Oh, I see where he was standing. It wasn't behind the cart so much as you just... The video is very dark. Okay, let's try this again. Let's try it again. Let's try it again. This may be the whole stream. Just me trying to get past a stupid dog. Wouldn't that be depressing? Okay, he had him standing like right in here. I don't think this is gonna work. I think the dog's gonna see me. Oh. Don't go anywhere. Come on. Come on. Before the dog sees us. Let's go. Come on. Holmes, what are you doing, you idiot?
What now? Who's there?
Ah, I almost... Go. Go.
Stop!
Hey, we made it. We made it a little further. This theory, this plan is working. It's just all about getting the game to respond. This game is really bad about responding to your commands when it comes to movement. No, no, not there. Up here a little. Right there. Don't move. Okay. Okay. Wait for it. Just walk right over that crate. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Hurry, hurry, hurry.
Come, Watson. Let us enter.
Oh, thank
Watson,
Jeebus.
look to the gates and let me know if a guard or anyone else is coming.
All right, Holmes.
Saving, saving, saving. Right over top of that one. Do I want to override it? Yes, because I never want to deal with that again. Damned dog.
My word, I can't see anything.
Did it! My word, I can't see anything. I just saved paper. I just did. Right? You know what? I'm going to do it again. There, we have 2 saves now. Ha 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 ha. Ho 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 ho. Sorry, I just... Out of the corner of my eye, I saw something. It's my cat. She just jumped up onto my chair, and she's kind of standing there for a minute like, do I want to sit here or not? I guess I will. Meh. And then she sat down. And she knows I'm talking about her, so now she's giving me that evil light. Don't talk about me.
I must light the lamp.
Yes, I must light the lamp. With what? I don't have... Oh, matchbox. Ha 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 ha. Ho ho. Let there be light. Okay. So far, so good. Let's wander off down this hallway, shall we? Okay. Ooh. What's this?
This lock is very old. I think I may be able to force it.
Would that be breaking and entering, Holmes?
This lock...
Force it with what? A knife?
Let us enter.
Ha
I
ha!
must light the lamp. I can't see a thing.
I must light the lamp. What lamp? What lamp? Lamp. I don't see a lamp. Well, there's a lamp, sorta. There we go. I also forgot the
now I see
conversation.
better.
Oh, look what we have here, Holmes. A bloody cloth.
Traces of blood and hair.
Something is foul. Okay. Can I take test sample? Nope. Okay. Alright, let's continue our investigation. Ah, keys. Those will come in handy. Alright.
The theatre was transformed into a warehouse when Bromsby bought it. Few traces remain from the old days.
Few indeed. The old box seats. Let's see what's over here. Doesn't look like much. Ah, a door. A ladder.
Closed.
Closed. I bet these new keys we have. Oh, black hair. Not the hair. A set of keys will work.
This place is rather sinister.
Indeed. Most sinister. Oh, there's a sun on the door. That's a clue. Let's remember that, shall we? Alright, so let's go down here. Oh, what's this? An opening? Oh, hello. A shovel. Don't step here, Holmes. I think you'll fall through. A tarp. Interesting. Ah! Hello! Oh, you know, I would click on the thank you for the emote, IB Twizzled. Clap, clap, clap. Holmes is a very lanky man, and damn. He is, isn't he, IB? I also thank you for the red tiger. It's a red-faced cat-looking thing emote that I just got. I'd actually hit the thing to make it pop up in chat, but if I click out of this game to do something else on on my second screen, it freaks out and stops working. So that's how old it is. Oh. Wait.
The knot is too tight. I need something to cut it.
Ah, it's a good thing I have a knife. Oh,
This is quicklime. I need a mask to protect myself.
let's get out of here. All right, we need to find a mask.
I need something.
I need something. The way he says, I need something. As if I'm supposed to be an idiot for not realizing that he needs something.
Quicklime. I must take precautions, as this substance is quite dangerous.
Ah, indeed. I don't suppose you can't use a cap as a mask, can you? If only he had a scar. Quicklime, it's basically like it's basically just powdered lime dust, but when you dump it on a body, it will cause the body to decay faster. So a lot of times murderers, especially back before they had more powerful acids and stuff that were easily available, you'd throw a body in a ditch, dump a bag of quicklime over it, throw some dirt on top of it, and the body would basically just rot way faster. Helps break down. I don't have anything in my pockets that I can use as a mask. So let's go back. Can I go down this ramp? No, we can only go around. Okay. I need to find... Does it work on clothes? I'm not sure if it works on clothes. I would assume that if they're non-synthetic, like if you're wearing cotton, it would probably help the cotton clothing break down. But I don't know how well it works on synthetics. Can I go up this ladder? Looks all janky and broken. I don't know if I want to. No. Aha! Here we are. A bit of cloth. I can fashion a mask.
Ah, a clean cloth. I can use it as a mask.
Ha ha ha. Twizzled, your dream of making fabric-eating anime slime things down the drain. Oh, there's other things you probably use for that, Twizzled, if you really, really wanted to. Not that I'm condoning that, by the way. So how do I make this into a mask? Don't go through that door, Holmes. I'm going to assume that I can just smack it on my face automatically when I get through the door. Let's find out. Okay. I love how he walks just beside. Twizzle, don't spill the secrets the world must barely know. Well, it's a fairly safe secret here, Twizzled, because other than you,
This
Paper,
is
and maybe
quicklime.
one or two...
I need a mask to protect.
Ah, maybe I must do this. Knife.
At least with this improvised mask, I can now enter the room with the quicklime.
There we go. Am I wearing it? I'm assuming he's wearing it, even though it doesn't... Paper! You
We are running
would.
out of time.
We are running out of time. Yeah, I know, Holmes. Now let's investigate the corpse.
I need something to remove the body.
What do you mean you need something to remove the body?
I need something to...
Oh, do I think I'll get that shovel? Holmes, you're in the way of it. There we go. There we got the shovel. It doesn't look like he's wearing it, Twizzled, but he isn't complaining about quicklime anymore, so I'm assuming it's working.
No, I need to find something else.
I mean, no, I need to find
need
something else. No, bother. Shovel wasn't the answer? Why wasn't shovel the answer? He's Sherlock Holmes. He probably did make the mask look exactly like his own face. He's just that clever. Okay, it's none of the things in this room. Let's go back into this room. There's this thingy. What is this thingy? It's a pole. It's a pole with a hook on it is what it is. No, phone, what do you want? Oh, anyways. Let's try the pole with the hook.
A passport issued to a man named Johansson. Perfect. A bottle of liqueur from the Richmond Abbey. Watson, over here.
Yeah, have Watson come into the room where you need a mask.
Watson, go secure a white cloth around your face. One can be found in the room. When you are prepared, join me.
All right, Holmes.
I yelled from way back here, Watson, get over here! I couldn't have taken the time to say, grab a mask on the way!
Oh, poor devil.
Yes, there's something of the devil in this. However, I'm sure in a way you have not considered. We should take our leave as quietly as we came. I do hope that Lestrade will follow my instructions to the letter. If we want to keep our advantage in this inquiry, no one can know that we have discovered the body.
Yeah. Let us away. Oh, cutscene. Oh, that was loud. I'm sorry if that blew out everyone else's ears, too. Uh-oh. He looks very stereotypically Asian. Oh, Watson, your revolver, it seems to be garbage. We're all laughing at you. That puddle splash. Think the cop's gonna ask why are you holding a revolver?
It
I guess
seems
not.
to me that we have gathered all of the key elements, Watson. However, before we retire, let's summarize our findings.
Oh good, it's quiz time.
The questions should be answered yes or no, and justified by the evidence or testimony received during the investigation.
Yes, I remember how the quiz works, Holmes. Question 1. Does Herman Grimble own the only set of keys to the Fairfax Theatre? I don't remember. It's been a long time. Let's check our handy-dandy notebook. Also, phone, could you reorient? Thank you. This. Da 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 da. The answer is yes. Well then, the answer is yes. Actually no, there is another key. Use goblet statement. Goblet? Who's Goblet? I remember someone named Goblet? This guy. No, 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 no. Okay. Okay. That's what it says to do. I'll do it. Okay. Does Captain Lowry have anything in common with Bromsby Enterprises? Yes. Use the picture of the bridge and Captain Lowry's obituary to answer. Oh, Captain Lowry's obituary. The bridge. The bridge. This one? Yes. The picture of the bridge and Captain Lowry's obituary. Question 3. Is Wyatt Collins a good guy? No. No, he's not. Can we say that Wyatt Collins, the nephew, is an honest person? Answer is no. Collins is insulated Grimble, and he has a record. Use the audience text from the trial and Mary's statement. Mary's statement. And the what? Audience text. Audience text? Ah, here we are. Question number 4. Can Herman Grimble be Bromsby's heir despite the missing of an official will? Despite the missing of an The grammar here is outstanding. Question 4. The answer is yes. And the evidence is the letter from Cabinet Lloyd. This one. Question 5. Was the man found at the Old Fairfax Theatre from abroad? Yes, we know that one. We just found his passport. Which would be... Where's his passport?
A passport issued to a man named Johansson.
Perfect.
Perfect. Where's his passport? What? What? Holmes. Where'd you put the passport? Where'd it go?
We must have made an error. What? The question should
Yes.
be answered yes or no, and justified by the evidence or testimony received during the...
Blah, 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 blah. Where's the passport? I lost the passport. Oh. It's a thing, not a thing. It's a thing, not a thing. Go figure. Alright. And... yeah, that's it.
We must have made an error. What?
What do you mean we made an
The
error?
question should be answered yes or no, and justified
Yes,
by
yes,
the
no,
evidence or
yes,
testimony
yes.
received during the investigation.
We did. First question is yes. Actually, no, there's another key. Use go with statement. Go with statement. No?
We must have made an error. The question...
Shut up. Okay, this says the answer is yes. Actually, no, there is another key. Use goblet statement. Goblet statement? What we did. Do you also have the key to the first? No, I do not have that key. The only key I know of was given to Mr. Grimble. Okay. Question 2. Yes, the picture of the bridge and Captain Lowry's obituary. That's his obituary. Yeah, see us here. Expired at his residence in the military quarters by suffering a period of week. Yes, okay, so that's yes and that. Question 3 is no. Collins insulted Grimble, and he has a record. Use the audience text from the trial and Mary's statement. Well, this is Mary's statement. Black sheep of the family, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Question 4 was yes. Use the letter from Cabinet Lloyd, his lawyer. Yes. And then 5. Was the yes, and the cement, yeah, passport.
We must have made an error, Watson. Let's check. The question should
We
be answered.
must have made an error, Watson. Actually, no, there is another key. What if I say no?
We must have made an. The question should be.
This is downright frustrating because the walkthrough. I'm using the walkthrough and I'm not getting this right. How does that work?
We must have made. The question should be answered yes or no, and justified by the evidence or testimony received during the investigation.
Yeah, this is the right quiz. Wait, it says actually no, it is Collins. Okay, you know what?
We must have made an. The question should be answered yes or no, and justify. We must have made the question.
The hell? Okay, it says the answer yes. The answer is yes. Use Goblet's statement. Well, we only have one statement from Goblet, so there. 2. The answer is yes. Use the picture of the bridge. There's the picture of the bridge. And Captain Lowry's obituary. Well, unless I have an actual obituary other than... No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Answer is no. Collins insulted Grimble and he has a record. Use the audience text from the trial and Mary's statement. Do you think it matters what order I put these in? Oh yeah, no, they're color-coded. So here's Mary's statement, where she talks about this. We plugged it in there. Unless it's this one. I doubt it. Let's try changing it.
We must have made an error. The question.
Oh, my goodness.
We must have made.
The answer is yes. Use the letter from Cabinet Lloyd, his lawyer, to answer. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Why is this not working then? 5. Is the man from abroad? Answer is yes. Use the passport. Passport. Paper, you're going? Alright, Paper, see you later. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping in. I'll see you next time. This is downright frustrating.
We must have made an error, Watson. Let's check our answers.
How could I have made an error?
The questions should be answered yes or no, and just if...
Well, this walkthrough has been right so far. What's a chipper? The only chipper I know of, Twizzled, is like a wood chipper. There's... Okay. Let's see. Let me... Sherlock Holmes. Secret. Silver. Locket. Walkthrough. Find another walkthrough real quick, I guess. One that isn't a YouTube video, please. Alright, let's see here. There's that. There's this. Okay, quiz. Found another walkthrough. Maybe this one will have a good... Okay, so does Herman Grimble own the only set of keys to Forex? The other answer is yes. Justify goblet dialogue at Bromsby factory. Okay. 2. Does Captain Lowry have anything in common with Bromsby Enterprises? Yes. Justify Sir Bromsby in front of the Calenda Abyss and about Captain Lowry in documents. Sir Bromsby in front of the Caledician Abyss? This picture. That's where I was getting it wrong. Be a little more specific on what...
It is simplicity itself, Watson. We have answered all the questions.
It is simplicity itself, Watson. So the first walkthrough just did a bad job of explaining the bridge picture. There's 2 bridge pictures.
Good morning, Holmes. During this long night, I got little rest. I cannot forget the terrible face on that poor fellow we found last night. And I won't even mention those unfortunate men we encountered purely through bad luck.
You say bad luck, Watson? I think not. Lestrade will have something to say about this point when he arrives. Our dear Mrs. Hudson, she must surely have risen in the middle of the night to prepare such a feast. I presume that you have your notes, Lestrade. Good. Here are mine. You seem to be somewhat tired, my dear Lestrade. You must calm yourself.
Somewhat tired? Holmes, read it for yourself in the Morning Times. It speaks only of crisis, riots, and perhaps even revolution in the streets. The bank's in a panic, froze the entire assets of the Bromsby Company. Now Grimble's unable to pay his workers. They're leaving their work sites, marching in the streets, and even now breaking everything they see.
Good God!
My superiors inform me that in 3 days' time, Bromsby's largest suppliers threaten to stop all deliveries if a solution isn't found. It seems that the future of this city and even more depends on the resolution of this case, and I must admit I'm at a complete loss. My superiors are harassing me hourly. Every day brings some new find to bedevil me, like a corpse in the night or some other mystery that confuses this case even more. And with all of this, you want me to calm myself?
Watson, would you be so kind as to pour a cup of tea for Inspector Lestrade? You see, Lestrade, the dimensions of this case are merely a reflection of the larger faults of our fragile and complicated society. London can be viewed as a game of 4 million dominoes, which are placed one after another, just so. Should some event cause one domino to fall, then another domino shall surely fall as well, and so it will continue. To stop this chain reaction, there is only one alternative. You must remove a domino, and this reaction shall cease. I agree that the sudden spectacle of all of these falling dominoes is most disconcerting. This may lead one to make the reckless decision to remove any domino at hand to try and stop the tide of these events. But it is critical that we concentrate our efforts and reason on only one question. Which domino shall we take away? Or rather, which one are we obliged to take away due to its critical position in the chain of dominoes?
I know, Holmes. My superiors demand a guilty party, and they will have him. No later than the day after tomorrow. It matters little that I doubt his guilt. We discovered certain documents that offer proof that Grimble misappropriated funds for a personal enterprise while he was an associate in India. Sir Bromsby had discovered these improprieties, which gives Grimble an excellent motive to seek Sir Bromsby's death. So I have two strong possibilities for the guilty man. But I lack definitive evidence that favors one or the other. My choice is now ruled solely by a number of important presumptions and will have two immediate consequences. One of these individuals will obtain ownership rights in the Bromsby Company, and the other will have the executioner's rope. Either way, Holmes, we've identified one of your attackers. If you need me, I'll be at Sherringford Hall tonight.
You have shaken him, Holmes.
Such was my intent. In such a complicated case, the police have their uses. I cannot bear if they start to lose their efficiency and reason. I'm going to get dressed while you study Lestrade's findings.
All right.
I must read the documents Holmes gave me.
Ah, yes, the documents. Which documents? These? Okay. Auditors who specialize in financial malfeasances have noted certain irregularities in the book. Books kept for Bromsby Enterprises. Specific, recurrent, and increasing diversions of money have occurred. These misappropriations are trifling amounts compared to the scale of these holdings, but nevertheless, they are still questionable acts. We suspect that the funds were appropriated by H. Grimble and benefit a small company in India, in which he is an owner or shareholder. He may have been preparing for a comfortable and happy retirement there. We sent two of our best men to audit the books to discover if there were any additional irregularities. Until now, there were no results. But should our initial findings be confirmed, Mr. Grimble can say farewell to his position. Report by Inspector Lestrade. I guess that's how you're supposed to say it. 17th of October, 1887. The aggressor, Asian by birth, was identified as a certain Wang Ji. We're going to go with it. He is well known in certain undesirable districts and along the docks of the Thames. Wang Ji was regularly involved in brawls, primarily scuffles with ponces. Okay. He was sentenced on 3 occasions for small crimes. According to the authorities from the police station near the docks, he was a debt collector for a local criminal band. But for some time, he has also been officially employed as the fire thrower in a cabaret act that has been booked at the old Fairfax Theatre when it was still open. We haven't gained the upper hand yet. Report by Inspector Lestrade, 17th October, 1887. With the assistance of official contracts, I managed to gather some elements from the file of Lieutenant Harrington, which will contest the testimony of the latter. Indeed, though he brilliantly performed at the officers' school and received the top honors in every discipline, he was also punished from time to time for a lack of proper respect towards the rules and authority. Thus, he found himself assigned to a penal battalion in India. While stationed there, despite his brave acts, he incurred the wrath of the military hierarchy because of his behavior as a daredevil. Ah.
The devil, this mystery darkens.
Oh.
This investigation provides us with a new corpse every day. Come, Watson, you can read that later.
Where are we going? Hunter's house? I guess that's the only option.
It looks like we are in the midst of the Bromsby workers' demonstration.
Yes.
Here we are, Watson. 29 Strokes Alley.
Stroke, Sally.
By Jove, if it isn't Sherlock Holmes.
It
Hello,
is.
Appleby. You're always nearby when there's a whiff of gunpowder in the air, aren't you?
Of course, Mr. Holmes. But what are you doing here? Aren't you working with Inspector Lestrade on the Bromsby investigation?
Appleby, I have every reason
Great
to believe
framing.
that the murder of Hunter directly relates to that very case. May I ask you to tell me what you know, and then give me leave to examine the scene?
Of course, Mr. Holmes.
What are the facts?
Last night, between 9 and 9:15, a fellow came for me. I was at the pub, which lies a bit further down the lane. He told me that there was the sound of a shot from this bungalow. When we got here, the door was locked. After the landlady got her key, I opened the door. There I saw the dead man lying on the floor. And here we are.
What did you do next?
Well, Inspector Gregson is in charge of the case. He's due to arrive today to start the official investigation. At least they've removed the body.
Do you have any further details about his death?
He was killed by a bullet right through his heart.
Ooh.
There was just one shot. At first glance, it appears to have been a small caliber weapon. His landlady told me that he was a common fellow with nothing to remark about, no friends to speak of, not even a lady friend.
A lonely soul.
He has been staying here for 2 years. The landlady told me he spent most of his time with this flower garden. Indeed, I can't believe that somebody could murder a man because of his hydrangeas.
Who has
No.
been inside?
Only myself and my assistant to help with the removal of the body. The landlady made her identification of the man after he was removed and then left for her sisters.
They're standing on the wall.
Have you found anything in the room that points to the murderer?
For the moment, no. When I entered the first time, the window facing the street was open. I closed it and secured the shutters as well. It is possible to expect anything with those demonstrators in the streets. Does this advance the investigation of the Bromsby case?
If you could wait for me here, Watson. Could you open the room for me now, Appleby?
Huh, blood.
It's a trace of human blood.
How could he tell it's human? Ah, what's this?
Strange sketches.
Strange.
This is brand new. This is brand new. This is
This is brand new. This is brand new. Alright, let's take a look out the window. The bed? What are we doing? I don't see anything I can touch.
This is brand new.
Yes, I get that it's brand new.
This is brand new.
No? 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 Worth a shot. Alright. Can I test you up some blood? No. Alright. I guess that's it.
At your service, sir.
Thank you, Appleby.
At your service, sir.
Okay. Can I go in this other door? Guess not. Alright. Well, don't really know what I'm supposed to find here. I may have to consult the log. But I also need to run and use the restroom real quick, so I'll be right back. Please stand by. Okay, I'm back. Uh-oh. Oop. Okay, so it appears that door is very small. We need to use the tape measure on the window. Come on. The game told me so. No. Hello, Nindo Dindo. How's it going? Hope you're doing well. Oh, there. It happened. It happened.
This footstep is incomplete. It is larger than a size 8, but smaller than a 12. Someone used this window to leave.
Oh. Well then. Let's see. What's next? Anything else? No, just
This is brand new.
This is brand new.
This is brand.
This is brand new. Oh my. All right. I think we saw everything. He looks like Obama, does he? Very pale Obama, maybe.
Thank you, Appleby. I have learned nothing conclusive.
Meh.
Tell me, Watson, would you mind strolling in the garden to wait for Gregson?
At your service.
Thank you.
At your service.
Yes, 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 yes. No worries. So what are we doing? Strolling in the garden? Leaving? Oh, hello, here we go.
Nothing of any interest here. Some of these flowers are not from England.
Ooh, non-native.
Nothing of any interest.
Nothing of any interest here.
Some of these flowers are not from.
Okay. What about this one? Holmes, get over here. Look in this one.
What in the name of reason are you looking for, Holmes?
Clues, Watson.
What a curious small flower.
Did I keep the curious small flower?
Several
Aha!
bills for the sum of £21. Watson, we need to secure the item that was pawned under this ticket with all due haste.
All due
Could
haste.
you take care of it? We shall meet this evening at Sherringford Hall.
All right, Holmes.
I'm not too thrilled with the way that they portray Watson as kind of a bumbling
Let us return to
fool
Baker Street.
in this one. Come on. Oh, come on. How am I supposed to leave if I can't see the door out? No worries, Twizzled. Seriously, I can't leave. I'm trapped in a garden forever. Actually, you just go here, go to map, and go Baker Street. Ha!
We must learn the identity of the dead man discovered in the cement factory. Let's examine his belongings.
Let's examine his belongings then. Oh, not the matchbook. Wait, why do I have the pawn receipt? Shouldn't Watson have the pawn receipt? One golden exotic jewel, 2 days. Oh my. Okay. What are we doing, Holmes? Alright.
A bottle of liqueur from the Richmond Abbey. I must have a book that speaks about this abbey.
Ah. Of course he has a book. Holmes has books on everything. Encyclopedia.
Richmond's Abbey. I believe it was built in the 15th century to house an order of Anglican monks. It should surely be there.
Is it day here? It is. It's 2 in the afternoon, actually, in Indo.
Let's visit this place, but in disguise. Let's see if this place is located on the map.
Ooh. There it is.
Let's visit this place, but in disguise.
But in disguise. So I need to put on a disguise or something? What's going on here? Oh. That's a disguise, all right. How very inviting. What's this?
Yes, my son?
I'm sorry to disturb you, brother, but, well, you see, I have a matter of great importance which led me here, and I'm certain that you may be of help. Well, I am looking for my brother. Not a brother like yourself, but rather my brother by birth. He might have joined the order, but I think it is unlikely. You see, he has not always chosen the right path in life. I recently learned that he had had some troubles, and I have been frantic to find him. One of his acquaintances told me that my brother had spoken of Richmond's Abbey. My brother's name is James Little. Perhaps you know of him? If I ask you some questions, would it trouble you? It would at the least help me to learn whether he is here. He is unaware, but recently we received a small inheritance. I think if he were told of this, it would ease his mind and help him put these troubles behind him. This forest is most impressive.
It is very large. If someone were to hide in there, it would be most difficult to find them.
The abbey produces a fine liquor, doesn't it?
Yes, we distill a liquor that contains medicinal herbs. It does allow us a small income, but it also can attract certain rascals. That's why we are mindful of inquisitive strangers.
Have there been any burglaries?
Oh, we do get the occasional tramp.
Oh.
They sometimes seek shelter in the old ruins that lie in the midst of the forest. They have been known to trespass into our sacred cloister, seeking some sustenance. At least, that is always their tale upon discovery. But it is only the liquor that goes missing.
Do you know the way to these ruins?
Many paths lead there. If you are prepared for a walk, you may take the path that lies 30 meters in that direction.
Thank you very much, brother. I would not at all be surprised if my brother is discovered to be the architect of your recent thefts, as he may well be hiding within the forest ruins. Sadly, for some time now, he has suffered from an addiction to strong drink. Please allow me to indemnify these losses on my brother's behalf. I'm afraid it will have to come from his share of the inheritance. Goodbye.
Good luck, my brother.
Okay. Let's go down the path, I suppose. Did I play The Walking Dead last season?
Not very engaging.
Not very engaging. I did. And the full playthrough is up on my YouTube channel if you wish to go back and watch it, if you missed it. Yes, walking into a deep dark forest in the middle of a rainy night. That seems like a grand idea. Well, I guess it's kind of daytime, isn't it? This way? Go straight. You just re-downloaded Twitch and I'm on your follow list. Well, that's cool. Welcome back to Twitch. Ah. So that's why. Ah, I see.
I am being watched. Take heed.
I'm being watched. Oh, brother.
I can go no further.
Alright. Dead end path. Come on. Come on. Come on. We'll go find another path. Let's try this way. Oh. Holmes.
What can it be?
What can it be? Run, Sherlock, run. Is that the end of the path down there, or what? I guess so. Controls in this game are kind of sucky. Okay, winding path. No, looks like a tree in the way of this path.
I can go no further.
I can go no further. Alright. Let's try going back this way then. Go down this windy path, Holmes.
Is it near there?
Could it be? Alright, I'm gonna guess this is another dead end. And go this way. Oh, brother. Twisty, twindy, windy, windy. Have I been here before? It's all starting to look the same. Twizzle, is it you or is he getting lankier every time? Might be because he's wearing a funky outfit because he's in disguise. Oh, I might have to consult the walkthrough. Weren't meant to stand there, Holmes. Bruh. This way? Oh, I think I'm lost in the forest.
I can go no further.
Ah, the bridge is out. Lost. Let's see if I can find my way back to the beginning. This is a strange disguise. I agree, Twizzled. Twizzled, alright, you're going to return if I'm still going later. But you shall return, you just had to be sure you got the resub while you're streaming. Yay! Thank you again for the resub, Twizzled. Much appreciated. And I'll be going for a little bit longer. Probably for another hour and a half or so. If my math is right. 2 hours. Something like that. Alright, let's consult the walkthrough. Ah, you can get lost here if you're not careful. Oh, yes, I've experienced that. Follow these directions to get to Colin's camp. Go forward until you reach the pond. Then go left at the arrow. Left at the arrow? Arrow? What arrow? Let's go back to the pond. There was an arrow? What arrow? Also, the sound effect of the rain's like choppy for some reason. Is that supposed to suggest something? There's the pond. Okay, we'll go to the pond. We'll go to the pond. I don't see an arrow. Thanks, Nightbot, for pimping me out. Go left at the arrow, go forward until you reach the fork in the path. Go right at the fork in the path. This one? This arrow? Is this what it's talking about? Perhaps. We'll try. I've already been lost once, might as well get lost again. Now go right. Okay. You reach the fork in the path, go right at the fork in the path, go left at the second path on the left. The first will take you back to where you were. Go forward until you reach the fork in the path, and turn north at the fork in the path to reach the camp. North? How am I supposed to know what north is? This one or this one? Let's do this one real quick. If it's not this one, we'll go up and go the other path. I feel this might be wrong. Let's go back. Let's go back and take the other left path. If I'm reading these directions correctly. Go on. Okay, so reach the fork in the path, go right at the fork in the path, and go left at the second path on the left. The first will take you, okay. Left on the path, the second, this one. This one. Yes? He must be wet. I'm sure he's soaked through to the bone at this point, Nindo. Oh, this seems promising. I don't remember seeing this yet. Oh. Wait, what? Whoa. Turn north at the fork in the path to reach the camp. Save now! This way?
I smell smoke.
Ah, alright, we'll save it real quick. Oh. And I have a lot of saves. Alright. Oh, I did just save, didn't I? Yeah, that's what, here. Let's put it down there so I can do this. There.
Quick, some water to douse this fire, else we lose precious evidence.
Wait, what? What do you mean? Water. Follow the path to reach Colin's camp. Holmes will smell smoke as you approach the camp. As you get closer, he will see what we feared. Fire. You have to run or we lose your evidence. You have 1 minute to put out the fire or all the evidence will be destroyed. Head back to the fork in the path and turn right. Head forwards until the screen until you see the bucket. Grab it and head back to the fork in the path where it branches in 3 directions. Take the bottom fork and head to the fork in the path that goes to the pond. Oh my god. Okay. So, head back to the fork in the path and turn right. Head towards the screen until you see the bucket and grab it. Oh, jeez. Come on, come on, come on. Now I see why it said to save. I don't see a bucket. What bucket? Turn right. That'd be this way, I'm assuming. Ah, bucket. Okay, once I get the bucket, head back to the fork in the path where it branches in 3 directions. Take the bottom fork. Okay.
And now, quickly.
Go. This one. Go, 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 you idiot. Go. Come on, go. Run, Holmes, run.
I can go no further.
Shit. Branch 3 directions to the fork. Head to the fork of the path that goes to the pond. Hold on. Branches 3 directions. Take the bottom fork and head to the fork of the path that goes to the pond. And follow it until you reach the pond. How do I know which one is the one that leads to the pond? I'm not that smart. I didn't remember this shit. Come on, this way. Please be this way. It's this way? Oh, what the hell? I think I've messed up. This way. I guess. I don't know. Go.
I can go no further.
Oh, no. Come on. Come on. Run. I have no idea where I'm going. This way? I don't know. I really don't. Is this the way to the pond? I'm lost. These directions don't make any sense. This isn't it. Is it? Found the pond. All right.
some water.
Come on, let's go. Run, you damn fool. Wish this game was a little more responsive. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, I burnt up all my time figuring. I think I kind of know what way to go. I don't actually know for sure. No, wait. This way. Right? This way? Bucket.
And now, quick.
Yes. Shut up. Go, go, go! Run! Run! This way. This way. No, no. This way. Come on! Move! Oh, this game sucks. I think I went the wrong... Okay, and then this way? This way. I just went in a circle. Oh, god damn it. This is where I got the bucket. Whatever. I'm not gonna do this in time, am I? Come on! Stop stopping. Oh my god. Go! 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 Oh, I hate this. Alright, before I start the timer, we're gonna go figure this out. This is stupid. Okay, so the bucket's gonna be over here, I believe. Here's the bucket. And then it said to go back? And then take this path? No, that doesn't... Okay, here. Let me read it again. You have 1 minute to put out the fire. All your evidence will be destroyed. Head back to the fork in the path and turn right. Head towards the screen until you see the bucket. Grab it. Head back to the fork in the path where it branches in 3 directions. Branches in 3 directions? I guess here? Branches in 3 directions. Take the bottom fork and head to the fork in the path that goes to the pond. And follow. And it says follow, not follow. So if we go this way. Yeah, go there, here. Go here. Stupid. And then... this way? And then this... No, I'm back here again! What the f... Because this leads me up to the... camp. Here's the bucket. You know, okay, grab the bucket and just keep running past where the bucket is, because that other direction is confusing as hell. What's this way? Pond. Alright. Go back. Dipshit. Now go this way. Now go down there. Now go here. Now go here. Now go here. Go. Holmes, you retard. Go, go, go. Oh, I fear I've taken a wrong turn.
I can go no...
Yeah. This path. This is frustrating. Let's make a maze in a point-and-click adventure that doesn't respond well. That won't frustrate the ever-loving crap out of anyone that plays it, will it? No. Alright, I think I know what to do now. May not be the most direct route, but it's the one I'm using. Walk over there, you... The clicking is shit in this game. It really is.
Quick.
A fire! Oh no! Let me stand and turn 20 times in a circle before I run. Because this game's shit. Run, 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 run. Go this way. Grab the damn bucket. Come on. Grab the...
And now.
Yeah, it's a bucket. It's fascinating, isn't it? Come on. Move your ass. This way. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. This way. This way. Oh, God. Come on. Come on. Go, 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 go. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Run, 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 run. Come on, you blasted idiot. Come on, don't stop now. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Oh, We made it.
My word, I can't see anything.
Light a candle.
Ah, now I see better.
Do you now?
Someone has slept here.
I see this.
I need some.
I need something.
This is ink. It is not English, and it fell on the floor maybe 2-3 days ago.
Okay. No, I can't measure the footprints. Fine.
All these papers were gathered and burned. I need to find evidence somewhere else.
Great. A bottle.
A bottle of liqueur from the Richmond Abbey.
That's not surprising.
Someone has...
A dead end. All right. This way. Step, 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 step. Okay.
I need something.
I need something.
Ah, I was positive. It moves. Very interesting. These letters are faded and illegible. These letters... This ink is not made in England.
Not made in England, you say? What is this letter we just found? The Abbey. Letter from an alcoholic. I have always tried to avoid boredom in any possible way. First it was just a few rounds with my fellows, then the alcohol all the time. Then the alcohol all the time, alcohol all the time, all the time, all the... Read them hundreds of times. Enough, enough, enough. My story is worth as much as another story. I've got nothing to be ashamed of, nothing I was ruined and misunderstood. This swine enjoyed success in his life because of my mother's money, but half this money held by him must be given back to me according to all that is right. Absolutely, Your Honor, half. And I wasn't going to let myself so easy when you are so far away and when you dream. Owing to him, I would be able to never more to this cursed foul continent. That sounds like incoherent drunken ramblings. Alright. Is there anything else to find? Oh, actually. Go back. I just thought of something. Can I collect some ink? Going to sleep, Nindo? Oh, okay. Have a good sleep. Thanks for stopping by. I hope to see you again sometime soon. I'll be back on Friday. No, doesn't seem like I can get any ink.
Someone has...
Yes, someone has slept here. Okay. So let's double check. Use the tape measure. Where? Where can I use the tape measure? There we go.
Footsteps, size 10. I should leave this forest and join Watson at Sherringford Hall.
I should. I will. I'll save first. Oh, I can't fast travel out of here. Maybe from outside this. Oops. No. It's gonna make me walk all the way back out. How dare it? Alright, let's walk all the way back out then. Wow. At least I know of a way to get through. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da da. La da 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 da. La da da da. And down this path. In here. Past the pond. Come on. Come on. Stop being a moron. Let's go. Back to Baker Street.
Let us return to Sherringford Hall.
Back to the hole.
Oh, Dr. Watson, beg pardon for imposing on you, but I must get a message to Inspector Lestrade, and... He is just inside, and I am sure that he would be most eager to assist you. No, it would be better if he would hear this from you rather than myself. The present situation requires me to be elsewhere. Please be good enough to tell Inspector Lestrade that I renounce any rights to the succession. Also, I will not be at my offices. I would not wish him to waste time looking for me there. Goodbye, and I thank you for your kind assistance, Dr. Watson.
Okay, odd.
I was upstairs and I could have sworn I just saw that blasted scoundrel Grimble through the window.
Yes, you are right. But you have no chance of catching him now. He has run away as if the very devil himself were after him.
It is not the devil that's after him, but myself. He would fare better if it were the devil on his trail.
He gave me a message for you, Lestrade. He said he renounces any rights to the succession.
What do you say? This is astonishing news. This will not prevent me from finding him. I want to know how it so happens that a dead man is found in a building to which only Grimble is known to possess the keys. By the way, where is our great detective? Oh, here he comes now.
Hello, gentlemen. What were you discussing?
Grimble has renounced all possible rights to the succession of Bromsby Enterprises.
But that does nothing to alter the fact that he is the ideal guilty party. Sir Bromsby had very important news that he intended to announce on the day of his death. What if this surprise news was the ouster of Grimble and Bromsby's intent to name his own daughter to succeed him? Do you think something otherwise, Holmes?
No, it is nothing. May I ask you a question, Lestrade? Would it be possible to keep this new information about Grimble from Miss Bromsby, but for a few days?
It's a deuced odd request, but I presume that you must have your reasons. I will do my best to keep this information private till the day after tomorrow.
Thank you, Lestrade. By the way, I would like to speak with Miss Bromsby. Where can I find her?
I do believe she's with her faithful knight in her sitting room. This gentleman never, so to speak, leaves her side. If this story spares them any further pain, no doubt they will soon be renowned as the most beautiful couple in London. I'm trying not to think about it, but my heart feels heavy that I may have been an instrument of their sorrow.
By the way, my brother Mycroft has answered one of my letters, and his information seems to be most interesting. You can look at it if you would like. I have had a copy made for you.
Okay.
I hear laughter coming from the powder room.
Ha 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 ha.
Good afternoon, Mr. Holmes. James has just been showing me the photographs from his hunts.
Oh, but I wasn't the only hunter.
My respects, Miss Bromsby. Hello, Lieutenant. If I could have a look. I must say, this is quite a handsome specimen, but it is surprising how light it appears.
That bull weighed near 1,000 stones.
No, beg pardon. I was referring to your portfolio.
That is but another souvenir of my travels to Africa.
I came here specifically to inform you that everything goes well with the case, Miss Bromsby. But I need to ask you a question of a more personal nature. If the Lieutenant would be so gallant as to give us a moment of privacy.
Your servant, Mr. Holmes. I will retire to the smoking room.
I should reveal one of my hints.
Which hint? Dear Sherlock, with time of the essence, here is the information I managed to gather. Vivian G Company was founded by Joseph Grimble and his partner Raymond Waters. The majority of the capital was provided by Waters, who was the son of a wealthy shipowner. When I. Grimble died in 1886, his shares passed according to his will to his partner, Mr. Waters. The business of the Kalidasa Abyss is one that we as British people are loath to remember in the entire history of colonization. We have played falsely with the image we claim for ourselves. The truth of this murky business is still protected by the military authorities, so I possess but a small portion of the facts in this matter. Because of the Kalidasa Abyss, the supply convoys of the garrisons from the northwest of Bombay had to make long detours. Okay. What hint am I supposed to reveal? Let's find out. Lavinia and Harrington are looking at photos, blah, blah, blah. Give Lavinia the picture of Veronica Davenport and she will tell Holmes about Veronica. Holmes will tell Lavinia not to mention Veronica ever again and not to tell anyone until he gets back, because if she talks about the silver earring, it could get her killed. Ah, the photo of a beautiful woman. Oh.
Does this photograph belong to you?
Yes, it's mine. This is the photo of an actress who was with their touring London company. They gave a performance at the town near my boarding school in Switzerland. This is Miss Davenport. She was kind enough to meet with us in her dressing room after the show.
And how would you describe this actress?
Oh, she was fascinating, on the stage and in life as well. She personally inscribed this likeness for me. You see, they were available for purchase during the intermission. She was so very beautiful.
Pray, continue.
When I met with her, she showed me this beautiful earring that she wore. It was in the shape of a wave with foam, made entirely of sparkling stones. It's strange, but I have never talked about this with anyone till now. I do hope I see her again someday.
Perhaps. Now, listen to me, my dear child. I must ask you to speak to no one about our conversation, not under any circumstances. The discovery of the truth rests on your silence. I've got to go now.
I understand.
Okay, I don't really, but the earring actually plays a role in the game finally, since it's called the Silver Earring. Sherlock Holmes and the Secret of the Silver Earring that's only mentioned halfway through the game.
This lieutenant seems a very commendable person. Miss Lavinia is fortunate to have him near. Lestrade was saying that he has found more evidence of Grimble's trail. The corpse we found at the cement factory may well have been an accomplice and the true murderer of Sir Bromsby. Grimble could have easily obtained an invitation for him to the reception. Then, some time after the deed was done, Grimble eliminated his accomplice to prevent his speaking. Or perhaps not. Yeah, whatever are you musing about, Holmes? Holmes?
What is it, Watson?
Blast it, Holmes! You haven't heard a word that I have said.
It is of no consequence. Tell me, have you had the opportunity to redeem the item with the receipt we found at Hunter's?
Oh, yes, it was a simple matter. In order to get the best price, Hunter agreed to redeem the item within 2 days' time. Look, these appear to be real diamonds.
Why are we talking on the street? Ah, the earring.
It seems to me that we have gathered all of the key elements, Watson. However, before we retire, let's summarize our findings.
Yes,
The
let's.
questions should be answered yes or no.
Yes, I know how to take a freaking quiz. Alright, and we're gonna go to our handy dandy notebook, cheat book, whatever. Is the leader of the thugs who attacked Holmes directly connected to the case? Yes. Here's the information about him. Is Hunter's... Can we say that the person who killed Simon Hunter is skilled with weapons? Yes. Clark Appleby's statement. Question 3. Are the ruins near Richmond's Abbey a common haunt for wanderers? Yes. This can be proven by the statement from the monk. Can the handwriting of the message found in the ruins be the same as that on the previous document? Yes. The handwriting belongs to Collins. Use the 2 threat notes to prove this. And 5. Can the British officer find work abroad? Yes. Use the letter from Mycroft.
It is simplicity itself, Watson.
Ha
We
ha.
have answered all the questions.
Yay! Alright. Walking through a carriage now, are we, Lestrade? Let's see.
Hello, Watson.
Oh.
Good morning, Lestrade. You are an early riser.
Good morning, Lestrade. You look really tired. You must have had a lengthy meeting with the minister.
But hold on. How on earth could you know that, Holmes?
I can read you like an open book.
Ha ha ha.
I jest with you, gentlemen.
It's not the proper time for jesting, Holmes. But upon my word, how did you find out about the minister? I was assured that only 3 or 4 persons at most had knowledge of this meeting.
Oh, I would rather withhold my explanation.
So you must be aware of the subject of the meeting.
Indeed, but Dr. Watson knows nothing of these events.
Well, our incorruptible yet ever practical minister shared the thoughts of the Chancellor of the Exchequer with me. They've decided that it would be most imprudent, given the crisis we're under, for a young lady, barely 18 years of age, to take control over one of the country's 3 biggest building enterprises.
I begin to understand, but...
According to the minister, despite his bad habits due to the lack of consideration for his partner, Grimble is the only individual that the council has faith in to reverse the current state of the Bromsby holdings. It was further explained to me that if there is a choice to make in the direction of my investigation, and lacking any new evidence to the contrary, I must take these concerns into account.
What? No.
This is outrageous.
And you, Lestrade, what are your personal thoughts on the matter?
I really can't say, Holmes. The prospect offered by Grimble seemed so attractive. He had credible motive to murder Bromsby and then foul it. In addition, he was the only individual with apparent access to the shed at the cement factory where we discovered the corpse of his presumed accomplice. However, the only gadfly to this theory is his statement to Dr. Watson when he clearly renounced all rights of succession.
That is an item of singular curiosity.
It is difficult for me to believe that a man who could plan and execute 2 or 3 murders with such cool presence of mind would give up an opportunity of this magnitude so easily. I also have spent sufficient time at Sherringford Hall to have a high opinion of Lieutenant Harrington.
I agree with you. This young man, by all accounts, has an unimpeachable character.
I have no evidence to cast doubt on the truthfulness of his testimony. We reconstructed the crime, and it was evident from where he stood he could easily see Miss Bromsby despite the crowd. Really, Holmes, I'm not a man who would hand over an innocent girl to the executioner, even should it cost me my career.
Good.
I am pleased to hear you say this, Lestrade. By the way, Lestrade, have you any knowledge of the place known as Aston's Theatre?
Is it that shabby theatre that lies near the bank of the Thames?
Yes, several weeks ago it was acquired by the Fairfax Theatre Company. Their international tour appears to have been most successful as they are set to open their new play in a week. Dwight Richards happens to be their director.
Ooh. You mean the author of the threatening letter that we found on Bromsby's desk? I must admit, I thought the letter to be of small consequence. After all, it involved a matter from so long ago.
Sometimes old wounds are the most painful. In fact, we are leaving for Aston's right now. I know that you are quite busy, but if you feel like joining us, meet us at noon.
All right, here we are.
This might be interesting.
After its triumphant tour on 3 continents, Fairfax Theatre Company is pleased to present the exclusive world premiere of Vagrancy and Prolificency? That word. By S. Prescott, with Carolyn Small and Rayleigh Wilcock. Staged by the author, company director Dwight Richards. The Silver Earring. Alright, let's go into the theatre. Poke around.
Aston's Theatre. Here we are.
Here we are. There we go.
We are not open to the public yet, gentlemen. Oh, bless my soul. I can hardly believe my eyes. It is the young Sherlock Holmes, isn't it?
Watson, allow me to present Philotomy Kirby, who in his day was one of the last great hopes of the popular stage. He also took great pains to advance my comprehension of the many subtleties of the theatrical arts.
So he can still prattle away. Don't listen to him. This is the most talented student I've ever met, upon my word, as an actor. But those days are past. So, am I speaking to the former actor or the world-renowned detective today?
Tell me, what you know about the Fairfax Theatre Troupe?
2 months ago, they returned from an international tour. Richards, their director, had managed to secure the necessary funds to buy back Aston's. It seems he had finally resolved his troubles.
He was in some kind of trouble.
Oh, it's always the same with those tours abroad. Your star actress marries an emir.
Yeah.
Another time, the entire troupe has their luggage stolen. Anything is possible, and whatever occurs is usually nothing good. But who would have imagined such a tragedy?
Tragedy?
What tragedy?
Their last tour started about 3 years ago. At that time, the troupe was housed at the Fairfax Theatre. But a series of failures forced the owners to sell it at a substantial loss. The owners were 3 individuals: Dwight Richards, their current director, Miss Davenport, their star actress and the mistress of Richards, and lastly, a young actor, costumier, make-up man called Jeffries. They decided, after the sale, to launch an international tour in order to raise funds.
Their success was assured?
Yes, the fame of English theatre is worldwide. During their travels, Jeffries and Miss Davenport developed a close relationship, which was much to the regret of the hot-headed Richards. He is a gypsy by birth. No one can be more possessive and quick-tempered than a gypsy.
Oh.
Pray continue.
In short, a dark tragedy occurred in a village in Latin America, located not far from the Amazon. One evening, after their performance, someone noticed that Miss Davenport and Jeffries had gone missing. The local authorities were notified, and the alarm was raised.
And Richards?
Richards was implicated in some manner, it seems to me. However, there was no proof of his involvement, and no bodies were ever found.
What a strange case.
If you need more details, you should ask the actors. As you may observe, they are rarely able to hold their tongues.
I will see you later, Kirby.
Yes, it was good seeing you again.
All right. Well, let's start with whoever this is, I suppose.
Hello, young man. What are you looking at?
Oh, I'm sorry. You startled me. I'm looking at her. Her. Are you from the press? Of course you are. You must be here to interview her. Oh, the play is wonderful, and Miss Caroline will surely shine. If only my father could have seen this day.
Your father?
Yes, I am Bruce Aston, and my father was Clyde Aston, the former owner of the theatre. It may have fallen into some disrepair, but during its time it was well loved by so many. A host of young actors debuted on that venerated stage. Why, it was at this very spot where Mr. Richards first met Miss Davenport.
Have you ever heard of the Fairfax Theatre?
It is the theatre which was demolished. It seems to me that it had been owned by Mr. Richards together with Miss Davenport and a friend of theirs. They left on an extended tour, but I think it went badly for them. After his return, Mr. Richards bought the theatre back from the bank, and I do hope his good fortune will continue.
Well, we can hope.
With the talented Miss Caroline, I think anything is possible. And the building is still solid and comfortable. Though the bank took over the theatre, they left the keys. From time to time, I would do what I could to tidy up a bit or see to a broken window.
Are you a part of the troupe?
Yes. When Mr. Richards noticed how I had worked to keep the place up, he hired me. I helped Mr. Kirby a little, and also Mr. Trumpet backstage.
Goodbye, young man.
Goodbye, sir.
Excuse me. May I ask you some questions?
Naturally, I'm listening to you.
You are rehearsing at the moment, aren't you?
Yes, we are in rehearsal for the play we are to perform at the month end. Are you critics or reporters? As you know, we just came back from an extended tour. We were a triumph everywhere we performed.
Tell us about this international tour.
We performed in France, in Switzerland, and even for an Arab prince.
Ooh.
We were met with acclaim at every stop. If tragedy had not occurred, we were to appear next in New York. But fate had other plans for us.
What sort of tragedy?
Oh, surely you must have heard about it. All because of those in our company who assume the right to reveal every distasteful and intimate detail of a most tragic event. Anything to gain publicity for themselves. It is positively scandalous. But even a professional actor such as myself respects the privileges of the press and the public's right to know.
Your sensitivity honors you.
Please, continue your story.
The events took place in a most sordid place in Brazil named Guacamole or Babiamo or something like that. I still can't stop asking myself what we were doing there in the first place. But to be brief, our talented costumier, Mr. Jeffries, had been having a tete-a-tete with the beautiful Miss Davenport. Unfortunately, she was still very much the mistress of our director, Mr. Richards. I tell you, the tension was unbearable.
Really?
In the view of a professional, they were the worst hours of my life. Miss Davenport was spending the whole day closeted in her room. Mr. Jeffries trembled so uncontrollably that he was unable to do our makeup. Mr. Richards stepped in, and I must say, he was a pitiful substitute. May you never be so ill-fortuned as to have your face in his large, hairy hands.
And then?
Our first performance in that town was naturally well received. That very night, a tragedy took place. Mr. Jeffries and Miss Davenport went missing not long after the performance ended. It was impossible to find them. Then we heard that Mr. Richards was arrested on suspicion of murder regarding Miss Davenport and Mr. Jeffries. We were outraged and most indignant. Some entertained thoughts that we would never leave that God-forsaken place.
How was the matter resolved?
Fortunately for Mr. Richards and all of us, the prison warden and local chief of police was an Englishman. Lacking direct evidence or even a corpse, the accusations against Mr. Richards could not stand. He was set free on the spot. I think that had it not been for the intervention of that young expatriate, we might have been stranded in that Amazonian swamp for all eternity.
Bit over dramatic, aren't you?
Well, thank you for your assistance.
That's all right. Don't hesitate to seek my help.
Don't listen to that milk toast. He gets positively weak in the knees over redheads. A policeman is just a policeman. That's it. If Richards isn't in jail, it's only because he had nothing to do there.
We were talking about the tragedy which occurred during your previous tour, and...
You aren't the press, are you? No. In my opinion, you seem more like policemen. Well, listen closely, inspectors. Miss Davenport was nothing more than an aging woman who adored seeing all the men at her feet.
What? Don't you mean...
She toyed with both Richards and Jeffries like two little puppets.
Oh.
Dwight Richards is quick-tempered, but he wouldn't harm a hair on her head. And if you are eager to be so helpful, please, find my red-haired wig.
we must continue our investigation.
Of course, of course.
Hello, miss. I'm sorry for disturbing you.
Oh, you are welcome.
Are you rehearsing the new play?
Yes, we are hard at work. Excuse me, did I just hear Mr. Kirby calling you Holmes? Is it really possible that you were the great detective, Sherlock Holmes, and you were Dr. Watson?
I'm investigating the facts of the terrible events that
Just ignore
occurred
her
during the
question.
company's last tour.
We'll just completely ignore her question and move right along.
Oh, I see. You were interested in that case. It's still a complete mystery, even for those who were there.
Tell us about Miss Davenport.
She was fabulous and positively mesmerised men. She confessed to me that she had been indiscreet with our costumier, Jeffries. She She had left Richard's before, but she always came back to him. She said he understood her completely without her even saying a word.
Until that last time.
Forgive an admiring expert, but your earring is absolutely magnificent.
Oh, that was a gift from Veronica. She got it along with 2 other matching earrings and a small jewel case. She gave me this one, another to Doris, and kept the most beautiful for herself. Veronica insisted on cleansing it herself weekly with a special cleanser. It was remarkable and kept the earring all sparkling like stars. When I saw her last, Veronica was wearing her earring. She never parted with it.
Where can we find Doris?
She must be in her dressing room.
Goodbye, miss, and thanks.
You're welcome, Mr. Holmes.
All right, to the dressing rooms. Oh, I think someone's drunk.
Why can people not allow actors their peace and quiet? They walk through here as if it were a common thoroughfare. Nothing strange about that. They still haven't bothered to change the locks. Anyone can enter at will and abuse me. Me, who in the 50s, I was rather good actually. Did you see me? With the best. Me. And they just treat me and oh.
Oh my.
Are you rehearsing?
Everyone has his own technique. Cheers.
Miss Small told you about your earring. Would you mind showing it to us?
It can't be sold. Do you think that actors have no heart? I would prefer dying of thirst than parting with it. My friend, my best friend Veronica, who I love like my own daughter, she gave it to me. My little Veronica. She... Veronica.
Do you know what has happened to your friend?
Left. She left with that Jeffries. Oh, I know what they say. That Richard's murdered them both. Why not? He did everything for them. Everything. She was naught but a common flower girl. And that Jeffries was a mere servant. He made them actors. Yes, actors.
Oh, we'd better leave you to your work. I mean,
Out! I need to concentrate.
Aha.
what chaos!
A set of costumes. There are 30 listed.
Aha.
Through the flying dragons of the Virgin Islands? The land of gargantuan man-eating crabs? Love in the heart of the Black Desert? This author seems to be particularly inept.
Aha. Aha. Costumes.
But I count only 29. Yes, the artillery officer uniform is missing.
Aha. This road is the only sure way to reach Guacamo, the town of Parrots. Indeed, the branch of the Amazon where this town is situated is impassable due to the rapids. Many explorers have capsized here and were likely eaten by piranhas, as their bodies were never found. Even the native Indians from the nearby jungle refuse to try these rapids. Instead, they employ their sturdy boat for sedentary fishing. The ancestral mode of fishing is quite original. They use primitive spears to harpoon big fish while they watch from their dugouts. They conduct elaborate ceremonies to invoke the power of their gods before fishing or hunting and have much success with it. Aha! Alright, let's see. Anything else? I don't think so. Looks like everything. Looks like we found everything in this room. Let's go.
Who is it?
Mr. Richards, my name is Sherlock Holmes. You may put away your knife. Rest assured, I am indeed Sherlock Holmes. Thank you for receiving us, Mr. Richards. Would you mind if I asked you a few questions?
I will answer your questions, Mr. Holmes, only because I have heard about you.
Oh.
Would you tell me about Sir Bromsby?
I will not lie to you, I hated Bromsby. He is the cause of all my troubles, I swear. I have often dreamed of killing Bromsby with my own 2 hands, but I didn't kill him.
Do you know an Asian named Wang Jie?
What would he be doing there? Well, in the days of the Fairfax Theatre, I once employed a Chinese fellow who went by that name. However, I was forced to dismiss him because he was a great deal of trouble, and I've never seen him since that time.
You retain several keys from the Fairfax Theatre, don't you?
Well, I don't understand the purpose of your questions, but yes, there were indeed 2 keys for the Fairfax Theatre main door. When the bank took possession, we gave only one of them to Bromsby's assistant. When asked, we lied and said there was only 1 key.
But why?
Well, we kept the other one out of spite. We had thoughts of returning in the night and wreaking havoc, but we had no opportunity, as we left for abroad after the transfer to go on our tour. I suppose the key may have been lost somewhere along our travels.
About the disappearance of Miss Davenport.
I don't know why you want to talk about it. Does some vile curiosity cause you to torment me in this way?
Thank you, Mr. Richards.
It is nothing, Mr. Holmes.
I should reveal one of my hints.
Whoa. Time to reveal a hint. Let's see. Show him the silver earring. Aha.
Oh, this can't be possible. How did you come by this? Dear God, if only someone like yourself had been present that evening.
Please tell us what's happened.
That night, after the performance, I left to stroll alone along the riverbank. The next morning, I had barely returned when I was seized by 2 local policemen and led to a prison cell for interrogation.
Why?
When I got there, an Englishman, the local chief of police, told me that a deserted boat had been discovered along the opposite bank of the river. Inside the boat, I found a star covered with blood. It belonged to Veronica, who had vanished, along with my other partner, Jeffries.
And then what happened?
No one could prove my innocence, but they also found no proof of my complicity in these events, nor had they found any bodies.
Tell us a little more about your partners.
Yes.
I had met Jeffries while on tour. He was just a young tramp drunkard. Whatever my feelings were then, I feel no pity for him now. He betrayed me. But it wasn't the same with Veronica. I fear the pain caused by these events will forever haunt me.
Thank you, Mr. Richards.
It is nothing, Mr. Holmes.
This man is a wonderful actor.
Maybe, Watson. Maybe.
We
Whoops.
May I ask you a few questions?
It all depends on what you're asking.
What are you doing?
My job, my lord. I'm making this jumble look a bit neater.
Could you tell me what happened in Brazil?
Yes, my lord, I was there when it happened. But Mr. Richards takes it very personally if we chat about those times, and I won't risk my position without some consideration, if you get my meaning.
Here's 5 guineas. How's that?
Oh, my lord, you're too kind. I don't really know much of what happened. You see, I was alone at a tavern that night, and I was, as one could say, very fond of the local alcohol. When I returned to our lodgings, I learned that the actress and the costumier had taken to their heels.
And what did you do then?
I made my way to the inn with all haste to learn what they'd taken in their sudden departure. You must understand my position. I was solely responsible for the security of the luggage and troop properties. Can you then imagine my surprise when I saw that nothing was missing? Absolutely nothing. They hadn't even taken their personal items. I can understand that of a man like Jeffries, but it was most unusual for a lady such as Miss Veronica. So the idea came to me that perhaps they hadn't truly left, you see.
And what of Dwight Richards?
I learned that Mr. Richards had been seized by the local authorities. It seemed he was under suspicion for the murder of the missing lovers. This was too incredible. And then there's another odd thing that weighs on my mind. When we finally returned to England, Mr. Richards asked me to do him a small personal service. What was strange was that he insisted I keep the matter confidential and not breathe a word of it to anyone.
What kind of service?
Well, there's a small room with an iron door located above the backstage. It was used to store the stage lights and fireworks. He asked me to help him move all of Miss Veronica's personal belongings to the room. Every little thing, without exception. Her large trunk, her dresses, all of it.
Where is this room?
The end of the passage, but there is one difficulty. You see, Mr. Richards has the only key to the room's iron door, because only he has a complete set of keys to this building.
Goodbye, my friend.
My respects, my lord.
Quite interesting. Oh, I accidentally clicked on him. Oops.
Would you like anything else?
No.
Goodbye.
My respects.
Alright, I don't see anything else in here. Alright, let's save. And consult the guide real quick. Let's see. Costume room, we did that. Talk to. Okay, talk to him. Ah, the locked room. How do we get to the locked room, though? Here we are. Here we are. Go up the stairs, Holmes.
Closed.
Closed. Where do I get the key? How do I get the key? Oh, we have to go ask Bruce for the key, right. Come on. Who was Bruce again? Ah, the young man.
She is fabulous, isn't she?
Do you have a complete set of keys to the theatre?
Oh, yes. Take them. But you will see to their safe return.
Goodbye, young man.
Goodbye, sir.
Aha! Now we're on the case. Look how she's clipping through her chair. That's hilarious. Okay, so now we can go over here. Down here. And use the key on the door.
Watson, stay there and inform me if Richards arrives.
All right, Holmes.
All right, Holmes.
Let us see whether we can find other evidence. A gift from the gods. I need something. Nice pattern made of encrusted nacre. What does it mean? This lock has never been forced.
Ah. Oh, look.
I see. To open the safe, I must have the 2 other earrings.
There. Ah. And here? Interesting.
That is of no use to me. I have no interest in this. Nothing of any interest here. Nothing of any interest here. That is of no use. I have no interest in this.
Alright. We must get those other 2 earrings.
I don't know where your wig is.
I cannot take her earring.
Oh, I don't have the bottle anymore, damn it.
I should show her one of my hints.
Okay, I'm assuming it's showing the earring. Alright.
Oh, my stars.
Would you mind lending me your earring? I shall give it back to you in a few moments.
Certainly. Maybe you would like to borrow Doris's earring as well. I don't believe she would give it to you, but to me, certainly. If you wait here, I will get it for you.
Thank you. Perfect. Now, back to the chest. Can't run in here. I tried.
Watson, stay there and inform me if Richard's...
All right, Holmes.
All right, Holmes. Okay. So this one. This one.
It is elementary.
It is elementary.
Richards and Miss Davenport standing in front of the old Fairfax Theatre. But who is this third man?
Indeed.
Descriptions of exotic landscapes. Nothing of interest.
Well, well, gentlemen, you arrive at precisely the right moment.
Is your good mood a sign that you have found something of interest?
Absolutely, Holmes. It seems to me I caught the right end this time.
First of all, imagine this. Our noble Grimble has told a lie.
What? Really?
We learned about it only by chance. It appears that at 1 o'clock this morning, Grimble arranged for his solicitors to send his demands to the court for the appropriation of Bromsby enterprises. My men will spare nothing in their search for the elusive Grimble.
Lestrade, pray, continue.
Then I followed your advice and we advanced further into our investigation of Mr. Richards. Did you know that his true name is Gaetano Riccardino?
Oh.
As this, Mr. Riccardino, at age 19, he was sentenced to 2 years imprisonment for armed robbery of a fair store. And who would you think the complainant was in this case? In truth, a certain Melvyn Bromsby. This new evidence of his criminal past makes him another principal suspect in these murders.
Very interesting. Any other findings?
It would seem that Grimble and Richards are old associates. They were both intimately involved in the sale and transfer of the Fairfax Theatre. These two make quite a pair, don't you agree?
Well, Lestrade, I'll keep my thoughts on these matters secret for the moment.
Bah, you're not playing according to Hoyle. Really, Holmes, you must at least tell me your opinions on Richards.
Mr. Richards is an intelligent person. He is a man of great personal resources. If I had the power of Scotland Yard at my disposal, I would take all steps necessary to ensure that Mr. Richards is secure within a prison cell. And the sooner the better for all concerned. When the case involves murder, it is not wise to underestimate any possibilities.
You are a good man, Holmes. I swear upon my name that within the space of an hour our friend Mr. Richards will be warming a cold cell at Dartmoor.
Good.
Very well, my friend. By the way, I would like to see you tomorrow at Sherringford Hall to discuss in greater detail some of the more puzzling elements of this case. Can I expect you?
I would not miss it for the world. This is most fortuitous, as Miss Bromsby also invited me to the hall. I was told they had good news to share, and it seems to me an engagement announcement must be at hand.
So, we shall see you tomorrow. Let us return to Baker Street.
Well, is Lestrade right? This case does seem resolved.
There is but one piece missing that I need to complete this puzzle.
Aha.
No, it's not very important from the criminal point of view, but from the economic aspects of this case, it is essential. Regarding the question of whether Lestrade is correct, I will give you 2 items that should provide the answer that you seek. The first is a table representing the shoe sizes of the main characters in this case. Examine it carefully, Watson.
Oh, street urchin.
A parcel for you, Mr. Holmes?
Ah, this would be Mycroft. Here is the final piece, which completes our puzzle, Watson.
Would this be the second element?
What second element?
You have just said that in order to determine if Lestrade is correct, I would need to consider 2 items. You told me about the shoe sizes, and I ask if this news article is the second clue.
Oh, no account. The second clue is a question. A very simple question. The answer will take the grass under the feet of several English citizens. For if they cannot even guess the answer to this question, they are for the gallows. The question is as follows. Watson, do you think that Horace Fowler slept with a cushion? It seems to me that we have gathered all of the key elements, Watson.
What?
However, before we retire, let's summarize our findings. The question should be answered yes or no.
Yes, the question should be answered yes or no. Are there several sets of keys from the Aston Theatre? Oh, yes, there are. Bruce told me such. Did one of the actresses lose a red-haired wig? Yes. It was Miss Sullivan, which can be proven in her statement, and by evidence found at the crime scene. Question 3. Could the discovery of the dressing room be connected to the case? Can the discovery of the costume room with theater? Yes. The army uniform was stolen. And so was the wig. Both were found in the kitchen. The wig? Where's the wig? Both found in the kitchen. Use the costume register and the evidence from the crime scene to prove this. Costume register. Huh? And could the writing of the message never be found elsewhere? Yes. It's on the cards from the pawnbroker and the waiter, which proves this is Jeffrey's. Early in the morning, the lifeless body of Mr. Raymond Waters, a well-known engineer, was found on the lane to the market district. At an early point in the investigation, it was found that a brawl was the cause of his unfortunate demise. The date of his funeral service has not yet been announced. And this photo. Alright, so... yes, it's on the cards from the pawnbroker. And... the waiter. The waiter? You mean the letter?
We must have... The question...
Huh. The waiter? Okay, I'm curious now. Whoops. Click on the wrong thing. I'm gonna double check the other notebook we have. French visit card.
We must have made an error. What? The question should be answered yes or no.
Bruce Aston. Miss Sullivan at Aston Theatre. Yes, sharing Ford Hall evidence in the kitchen. Near the dustbin, a fake artillery uniform button is found in Aston's dressing room and it showed one missing. Ah. So this would be the fake button.
We must have made an error, Watson. The question should be answered yes.
Okay. I got these all right. Ranch visit card and the pawn shot receipt. Yes, I got that. Antique dealer document.
It is simplicity itself, Watson.
There, we got it.
We have answered all the questions.
Congratulations, you successfully completed your investigation. Ah, the following questions are optional and do not have to answer them correctly to reach the last step of the game. Oh my. Who killed Sir Bromsby? Doctor. Oh. Who killed Horace Fallett? The doctor. Who killed Johannesson? The doctor. Who killed Veronica? Doctor. Who killed Jeffries? Doctor. Who killed Hunter? Doctor. You do not answer correctly. Do you want to proceed to the final movie anyway? Oh, I'm supposed to fill in who. Ah, I see. I see. Who killed Sir Bromsby? The answer... The answer is Harrington. Harrington? Really? Lieutenant Harrington. The fake. Who killed Horace Fowlett? Answer is Collins, size 10 prints. Ah. Who killed Johansson? Spencer Jeffries. Do I not have this? Who killed Veronica Davenport? Jeffries. And who killed Jeffries? Nobody, he's alive. Who killed Hunter? Harrington. There we have it.
Cabby!
Mr. Holmes, Dr. Watson.
Yes.
I feel relieved that everything is settled. The inspector told me that you were not as useful as you had hoped in this case, but you did your best, and I am grateful to you.
Dear Lestrade. Well, the inspector deliberately minimized my role in this matter so that I could reveal a secret to you.
I wish Lieutenant Harrington could be here now, but...
He had to leave for London on a very urgent business.
But how could you know?
It is my business to know, Miss Bromsby. Thus, I am able to tell you about the case of the silver earring. Everything begins on that sad afternoon, which was to celebrate your birthday, and ended with the untimely death of your father. Miss Bromsby, you did not murder your father. I kissed your hand that day and did not detect even the slightest smell of gunpowder. I also discovered powder traces that prove the shot was fired from behind the second side door. You were not seen at that door, but where did the murderer go after taking his shot? Everyone who tried to exit through the side entrance found it blocked. According to witnesses and other evidence, none of the guests could have possibly been the murderer because they were all present in the ballroom. No one left through the service door, and traces confirm that no one could have fled by using the staircase. The windows in the kitchen, as elsewhere in the manor, were appointed with thick bars, thus they offered no escape. So did he vanish into thin air? In fact, one of the parties did leave the ballroom and went to the kitchen corridor. He left to meet his accomplice, who was not an invited guest. This accomplice was a professional actor who was disguised to resemble our missing invitee. This guest hid under voile in the shadow of a statue and waited for his moment. Meanwhile, his twin acted out his part in the ballroom and provided the murderer with a perfect alibi. When the killer heard the applause, he left his hiding place, aimed, took his shot, and hit his target. It is important to know that the actor was well placed at the manor. He secured entry to the manor by impersonating a French head waiter. Using his position, he persuaded those in charge to use long tablecloths and to arrange the tables in a most peculiar manner. When the shooting occurred, our actor joined the crowd and rapidly crept across the room, concealed under the tables. As he neared the side door, he rose from beneath the last table and acted as if he had been jostled and fallen. However, as he stood, he accidentally snagged a small piece of his dirty glove upon a chair. When he arrived at the door, which was held closed by the murderer, he tapped on it using a prearranged code and was allowed entry. He exited to the corridor while his partner continued to hold the door shut against all others. The actor discarded his disguise in the deep kitchen well, helped himself to 2 bottles of excellent whiskey, and quietly went outside. The assassin waited several minutes. Then, in the last seconds of the confusion, he returned to the ballroom. Thus, we have the crime committed by an individual whom everyone swears was in the room when the shot was fired.
But this agrees with my conclusions. Richard is an actor, and everyone swears that Grimble was in the room. I didn't consider the course of events as you described, Holmes, but admit it, our deductions agree. Moreover, both of these suspects are similar in size and manner.
Your theory presumes that Grimble is an excellent shot, which is false. It also takes on faith that Sir Bromsby had discovered the misappropriations, supplying Grimble his motive, but irrefutable proof that neither Grimble nor Richards were guilty waited at Horace Fowlett's, the matter of his pillow.
But there was no pillow at Horace Fowlett's.
Nevertheless, Mr. Fowlett slept with one. When I arrived at his home, I believed him already dead. Therefore, the news of his hasty departure came as no surprise. From the evidence obtained at his home and the statements of his neighbour, I learned the following. On the evening of his death, Mr. Fowlett was visited by a man who desired to sell him some exotic trifle. While this man distracted Mr. Fowlett, a second man quietly crept into the house and tried to open his safe. This individual was well acquainted with the house and the location of the safe, but when he failed to open it, he most likely became enraged and killed Mr. Fowlett. This individual, Miss Bromsby, was your cousin, Wyatt Collins, who returned to England under the name Johansson.
But what about this pillow?
Mr. Fowlett's pillow had vanished. Later, Dr. Watson discovered a feather from the pillow in the train compartment used by the man who impersonated Fowlett. But why did Fowlett's impersonator take the pillow, and why didn't the station manager notice it? Mr. Fowlett was short, but very portly. In order to imitate him, the man used the pillow to create the appearance of a stouter man. There is no other explanation. This man was a much leaner man than Mr. Fowlett, Mr. Grimble, or Mr. Richards.
Then, Holmes, who did murder Sir Bromsby? And for what reason?
You'll see, Lestrade, when it's a question of multiple murders, except for the deviant ones, there are 2 primary motives, revenge and greed. Wyatt Collins' presence at Fowlett's tells us his motive was about Bromsby's wealth. He went there for the express purpose of stealing the will so that he would receive at least a portion of Bromsby's estate. If his uncle had died with no will found, Collins would have been entitled to a share of the inheritance under English law.
But if my cousin failed in his attempt and the evidence clears my name, though I am to inherit, why were my father and cousin murdered? Besides, tomorrow I am to announce my engagement and will be married soon.
Holmes, hold on. There is a flaw in your reasoning. There is only one key for the door to the cement factory, and Grimble is the only person known to have it. So he must be directly involved in the murder of Collins.
Is that true, Lestrade? Mr. Richards told me that there was indeed a second key which was lost. And have you forgotten the murder of the barman hunter? A young man without any criminal record, whose sole interests were painting and flowers. Why was he murdered in cold blood, with no signs of forceful entry or theft at his lodgings? Simply put, he was killed because he was present when your father was murdered. But why Hunter? What did he see or hear? And above all, how did he acquire the earring of Miss Veronica Davenport, the leading actress of the Fairfax Theatre and Dwight Richards' mistress?
I can stand this no more. My thoughts are dazed. Will you finally reveal who murdered my father?
The murderer? Here he comes now. I understand your feelings of incredulity, but I have never been more serious. You must know that the first person who enters this room is the murderer of your father, Miss Bromsby, and I will provide irrefutable proof of their guilt.
Dun, dun, dun.
Well, good afternoon, gentlemen. You made the right choice to leave London. It is unbearably foggy. But Lavinia, darling, what's going on?
She knows.
But how? I mean, what? What does she know? I don't understand. Whatever do you mean?
But how? Oh, you gave yourself away, you fool.
Oh no, you understand me clearly, Mr. Harrington, and you also, Spencer. Or should I say, Mr. Jeffries?
Explain yourself, Mr. Holmes. What a monstrous misunderstanding.
Oh, I've just explained myself to Miss Bromsby about the truth of her father's murder, but I can tell the story again from the very beginning. It begins several years ago. Wyatt Collins, the nephew of Mr. Bromsby, is forced by his uncle to leave England for South America. His hatred is fostered by the ingratitude he perceives in Sir Bromsby. Wasn't his uncle's career financed by his mother's money? In Collins' mind, Melvyn Bromsby owes him an eternal debt of gratitude, and was thus obliged to finance Collins' indolent lifestyle, fulfilling his every need. Here is our first criminal, Wyatt Collins. Then we have you, Mr. Harrington. You were a brilliant student at the military academy, and are an excellent shot, are you not? You were the only person at the reception with sufficient skills to make the shot that took Sir Bromsby's life. During my investigation, I learned that ex-officers of Her Majesty's Army enjoy great favor around the world for administrative positions. You left India and made your way to Brazil, where you obtained the position as warden of the prison in Guaquiamo. Do not try to deny your presence there. The pictures in your hunting portfolio could have been taken nowhere else in the world except Guaquiamo. We now have our second criminal, Lieutenant Harrington. Mr. Jeffries, your arrival in Guaquiamo set things in motion. The theatre company had come to Brazil as part of their worldwide tour. You had been involved with the lovely Veronica Davenport and loved her with a passionate yet possessive love. However, Miss Davenport did not share your affections. She had in fact tried several times to end your affair prior to the company's arrival in Guaquiamo. It seems she was truly devoted to Dwight Richards and would never leave him. After you arrived, you frequented the town's bawdier spots. This is where you first met Mr. Harrington, and you quickly became close companions. It seems tedium and heartbreak do bring certain people together. After the performance, maddened by alcohol and grief, you killed Miss Davenport because she had rejected your love. You then fled to your newfound friend, the warden, to confess your crime and beg for his help. In a show of friendship, he helped dispose of her corpse and directed suspicions towards your rival, Dwight Richards. Afterwards, you lay low, leaving the others to believe that you had been killed or had gone missing. You stayed hidden until they had departed, and you must have kept Miss Davenport's earring as some morbid souvenir. No doubt you also retained not only the key to the Fairfax Theatre, but the keys from Aston's, where you had been employed several years earlier. Here, then, is our third felon, Mr. Jeffries. Life was difficult in Brazil for our trio. Mr. Jeffries rarely went out, Mr. Harrington's men were talking behind his back, and Mr. Collins' funds were inadequate. One evening, Collins spoke of his cousin, who, in a few months' time, was to return to England from finishing school. She was also the sole heir to one of the greatest fortunes in England. Imagine these three men besotted with alcohol, considering the wealth that would one day pass to this slip of a girl. A terrible plan was devised. Several days later, they left for England, false papers for two of their party in hand, resolved to seize a portion, if not all, of this great inheritance.
Incredible!
Yes, incredible. And horribly true.
Huh.
At first, their plan was to forge a duplicate will or destroy the original, so that Mr. Collins would receive a share of the estate. This would happen soon enough, as they would murder Sir Bromsby at his daughter's birthday reception. It was essential that Collins enter the country under false papers, so that neither his uncle nor the authorities would be alerted to his presence in England. This would avoid any suspicion attaching him for his uncle's death when he arrived to claim his inheritance. They quickly put their plans into effect. Mr. Jeffries arrived at the household in the guise of a stylish French head waiter and studied the lay of the manor. Mr. Harrington, the assassin, would accompany a person with rather poor eyesight to the reception, so that the illusion of the fake Mr. Harrington would go unchallenged. As the head waiter, Jeffries was in a unique position to study the guest list. He quickly learned that two of the guests, Miss Rowntree and Colonel Patterson, had both poor eyesight and were unaccompanied. Lieutenant Harrington was quite busy in the days before the reception. He courted Miss Rowntree with great dedication and made fast friends with the Colonel. He hoped to secure one, if not two, invitations to the reception. Your arrival as the Colonel's guest was your first error, Harrington. Is it credible that a young officer who left the army because of his hatred towards all military authority would easily befriend a man who embodies everything that he detests? But your efforts bore fruit, and you obtained your invitation. Mr. Jeffries, as head waiter, took great care that the tables and tablecloths were arranged specifically to accommodate their schemes. Mr. Jeffries then secured the disguise for his role as the false Lieutenant Harrington. He remembered that an officer's uniform, similar to Lieutenant Harrington's, and a red wig, identical to the colouring of the lieutenant's hair, were in storage at the Fairfax Theatre. He learned that the company had taken up residence at the site of the old Aston Theatre, for which he still had the key. It was therefore a simple matter for him to acquire these items for his masquerade. They now only lacked the will, which Mr. Collins presumed was kept at Flowlet's house. Their plan was to take these papers prior to the murder of Sir Bromsby, so that Flowlet would be unaware of either their presence or a substitution until it was too late. But things went badly. Mr. Jeffries tried to divert Mr. Flowlet, but he must have been alerted by some noise, as Collins struggled vainly to open the safe. Upon being discovered, Collins killed Flowlet on the spot. The two conspirators then left the house in such a way that witnesses believed it was Flowlet himself who had left. They would now have to find another way to get hold of the money, because no doubt Sir Bromsby had disinherited Collins in favour of his daughter. They decided to take the money from his daughter, a young, naive and vulnerable young woman. On the day of reception, Mr. Harrington arrived with Jeffries, disguised as his servant Spencer and the Colonel. With the promise of whiskey, Jeffries easily secured the unwitting aid of two fellow servants and assumed a position at the service door. He wagered that he could pinch 2 or 3 good bottles of liquor from the kitchen if his companions would cover for him. I have just explained what happened next. After the shooting, he took 2 bottles of excellent whiskey. Only someone knowledgeable would have taken these 2 bottles over the others, and Mr. Jeffries had been formerly employed at a luxurious hotel in France. Upon his return, he gave an accounting to his fellow servants, did his hair, and left the manor. The promised delivery of the liquor and his frightened look secured the 2 men's cooperation in providing his alibi. They could not have known his true role in these events. The one problem for the conspirators was the barman Simon Hunter. He had perfect eyesight, unlike the Colonel, and realized that the man who claimed to be near the bar at the time of the murder had in fact lied. He hinted as much to Mr. Harrington and most certainly intended blackmail. As they were short on funds, the accomplices gave him Miss Davenport's earring as collateral and pledged to return with the money he demanded. That night, when Lieutenant Harrington visited us in London, he had just come from Simon Hunter's. Hunter had told Harrington that the earring had been pawned and he would not reveal the name of the shop unless Harrington paid him his money. Mr. Harrington ruthlessly killed Hunter, and the earring so precious to Mr. Jeffries was lost. Earlier that morning, Jeffries lured Collins to the cement factory on the pretext of fabricating false evidence against Grimble. But they no longer needed Collins to acquire the Bromsby fortune. Mr. Harrington would wed the young heiress, then, after a reasonable time, they would cause her untimely death, and they would take it all. So Mr. Jeffries murdered Collins and made sure his body was barely recognizable. If he was identified, it would not affect their plans, as they believed leaving the corpse at the cement factory would direct suspicion towards Grimble. When Mr. Harrington came to see us, he learned we were hot on Collins' trail and had traced his movements up to the factory. He assumed we would go there within the hour and left to quickly round up his associates and devise a plan. Jeffries, from his days at the Fairfax Theatre, knew an Asian of questionable talents who had no visible ties with this case and could attack us without drawing suspicion their way. We avoided this attack, and from that moment I was convinced of Lieutenant Harrington's involvement in the conspiracy. The last elements of proof were revealed at the vagrants' camp near the monastery outside of London. Mr. Jeffries had tramped through England in his past and might have thought to hide Collins in the forest near the Richmond's Abbey. The very day that I was there, he tried to destroy all evidence of Collins' murder. Fortunately, he did not manage to destroy everything. It seems Collins, foreseeing his possible death, left a small surprise for his accomplices. It would be easily missed, except by someone who observes all and misses nothing.
But this is merely some draft to lull us to sleep, Mr. Holmes. Lavinia, surely you can't believe these mad accusations? They arise from nothing. What proof do you offer for what you say? None.
Believe what you will, Mr. Harrington. I will warn you that Mr. Collins left a letter written in his own hand, which named yourself and Mr. Jeffries and accused you both of complicity in the murder of his uncle. At this very moment, Inspector Lestrade's men are conducting a search of your rooms. They will find the evidence that, when added to the accusations within this letter, will prove your guilt beyond all doubt. The Chirapaqui cigarettes, your portfolio, as well as a feather from the pillow which was taken from Horace Fowlett's. These items prove my deductions. I suggest we wait here for their arrival with these proofs, and I assure you our wait will be brief.
Bravo, Mr. Holmes. Well done. Accept my apologies, my dear Lavinia. I think under the circumstances it would be best if we postponed our engagement. I'm sorry for your father, but what do you expect? We had to give it our best shot.
Where is the earring now? You will tell me, where is it? Unless you tell me at once where the earring is, no one will leave this room alive. Don't you understand? You are all going to die.
No.
They are all yours, Lestrade. I suggest you return with your agents to London as soon as possible. Thank you, Mr. Grimble, for literally applying my precepts. Watson, let us escort Miss Bromsby to her rooms. She will need her rest.
Holmes, Collins never named either Harrington or Jeffries in his letter.
Indeed, Watson, but they could not have known. I played my bluff, and they believed me.
And Grimble, where did he appear from?
You can now boast that one of the most influential men in England served as your driver. Since my visit to Fowlett's, I knew that Grimble had nothing to do with this crime. I asked him to assist with the investigation, and it was at my request that he took steps to acquire Bromsby Enterprises. He gained us precious time by forcing Harrington and Jeffries to wait and see if Miss Bromsby would inherit. He ran quite a risk in doing me this favour, because their plot then turned against him. I also asked him to send the letter which lured the two murderers away from the hall. I needed a moment to explain everything to Miss Lavinia. It would be dreadful if she fell into the hands of her father's killer. From the beginning, Grimble was concerned only with saving her inheritance. He never once doubted her innocence.
Nevertheless, didn't he misappropriate those funds?
Indeed, but not for his own profit. It was solely to protect his friend Bromsby. An ex-architect with whom he had quarrelled, a Mr. Waters, had contacted Sir Bromsby before this intrigue began. Waters learned from Captain Bowie that Sir Bromsby had encouraged certain actions against workers hired to build a bridge in India. That project was the bridge over the Kalidasa Abyss. Waters blackmailed Bromsby from afar. Grimble received the letters and considered them to be quite serious. He knew his hot-tempered friend well and preferred to conceal the blackmail attempt for fear of disastrous consequences. So, Grimble made regular payments to Waters in exchange for his silence. Unfortunately, Collins discovered the arrangement while he was working at the cement factory and threatened to reveal everything. Grimble could not afford for that to occur. He managed to rid himself of Collins by sending him to Fowlet. Then it was Bromsby's turn to discover the blackmail by sheer accident. He was angered, but before he could decide his next move, Mr. Waters died suddenly and removed all threat. When Grimble learned that Waters had died, he confessed all to Bromsby. He noted that the money paid was a pittance when measured against Bromsby enterprises, and that the same amount could now be applied in other ways. India had enriched them so greatly, and Bromsby had been cursed over the harm done to the Indian people in his employment. It was decided that these same funds would now be sent on a monthly basis to a Bombay orphanage in the care of a Sergeant Brahamai. It is possible that Bromsby intended to increase his patronage, and this was the important news he intended to reveal to the press at his daughter's reception. It was she who had harshly reproached him regarding his behavior towards the Indians in his employ. Do you remember the words from that poem which he had written into his notes? It said that the ungrateful always die miserably.
Indeed, Holmes. But there is one thing that I still don't understand. Why did you ask Lestrade to put Richards behind bars? He wasn't guilty of any crime, but you treated him as a murderer.
I advised Lestrade that it would be prudent to place Richards in custody so we could protect him from harm. Mr. Richards is a wise and intelligent man. He would have recognized Harrington and Jeffries on sight. When he realized that Jeffries was alive and that I possessed the missing earring, he would have drawn the same conclusions as I. So this investigation would have been stopped cold by one or two more murders.
I see.
Well, Watson, you seem to know everything. Tell me, please, that small missive which I can see on the desk. It contains 2 invitations to the opera's opening night, does it not? If so, we shall finally have our opportunity to hear this marvelous soprano. Well, what do you say, Watson?
There we go. We solved the mystery. The case of the silver earring. Nice. Poor Watson. There we go, everyone. Sherlock Holmes and the Secret of the Silver Earring. Thanks for watching. I'll be starting the next game in the Sherlock Holmes series from Frogwares next Wednesday. Otherwise, I'll be back on Friday to wrap up Batman, the Telltale game, and most likely starting the first episode of the second game. We'll see how it goes. And otherwise, back here Monday, 1 p.m. PST, for some more Titanfall 2 story mode. So, actually, let me see if there's anyone I can raid right quick. Yes, I want to exit the game, because the game does not play well with other things. So it'll just be me in a blank void for a moment. Let's see, who can I raid? Ah, we can raid Zero Period Productions, playing Halo. Alright, everyone. Well, thank you all again. I will see you next time, and until then, as always, please stay safe out there.